I think I pressed 4 for the wireframe mode, so my system could handle it much faster. So now I'm in the wireframe mode, guys. Now look at the render here. So from the last class, I think my top view would be much better, so I could see picture what are the lights I had. So I have one spotlight for my flower vase, and I had one fill light, which is an area light here. Okay, right side of my scene. Okay, these are 2 lights we had. I think this is what we discussed in the last class, isn't it? So up to this is what we discussed, guys. Let's add one more light there. So I just want to add one more light. For example, let me just go to this viewport, which is the panels. Now I'm in my perspective view. I just pressed my 5 in the viewport, so it's a shade mode. I could see things here clearly. Okay. So let me just turn my. I would like to render my perspective screen now. So it's already my render view is on. I just would like to switch my camera from render view to perspective. Okay, let's just do that. Let me just change to perspective shape. Now this camera will be rendered, and let's hit render. Okay, it's fine. Now I just change the viewport, and I would like to find out a suitable viewport where I could get things done. Okay. Yeah, I think this viewport will be fine. Great. Yes, I'm using my perspective camera. The other camera, which I'm not using now. Okay, I'm just using my perspective camera. So look at this scene area now. It is just it's not lit that much good, right? So of course we can increase the intensity of the fill light, so it would fill the scene. Now, not just that. Now we are going to do something different. For example, look at the top view. So here is our camera. Look at this. Here is our camera. This is from where we are getting the picture. We are looking into the scene from this angle. Okay, from here to here. So now I'm going to create a fake light, which is there is no window in this section. There is no window at the back side of the screen. Now look at that. There is no window here. Okay, there is no window. We are just using our camera and fill light. So now I'm going to imagine as if there is a window, and the light from that window is going to fall on the wall here. That's what we are going to do now. That's a fake light. Okay. Why we call this? Why I said it's fake like this? Anyway, whatever the lighting you do in Maya, it's a fake light. Okay. I'm just telling you this because even if you don't have a window or any other open for an interior room, but if you like to give a feel as if there is a window there or there is a door there, then how can you do that lighting? Okay. Not just because you want to light that area, you have to model that object. It's not like that. Okay. You don't need to model anything. We can just create a fake light even there is no window or a door there. Let's see how to do that. I just stop this render. I don't want to waste my memory. So now, guys, please listen carefully here. Now look at this. So this is the perspective camera, and I want to render from this angle. I want to render my scene from this angle. So now what I do is I go to my where is that? Okay. Let me just go to my file first. I'll save this scene as what date it is 26/8. Let me go with 28. Wait. Okay, listen. Now this is the perspective camera. I'm going to my panels menu here. So from the panel menu, you could see we are using perspective, and we are using a perspective camera. Don't use render view. We are in perspective view. Okay, great. Now go to the view menu here, the perspective camera. Go to view, and there you can find bookmarks. Bookmark. Okay, view bookmarks. Now under bookmarks, go and choose edit bookmarks. Okay, guys, you could see that this view menu is there for all the viewports, even for the perspective view and even for the render view and for a front. For all the 4 viewports, you'll be having a view menu. So remember that. Go to the perspective camera, view bookmarks, and choose edit bookmark. What is a bookmark? Bookmark is an easy way to access the same render viewport or render view. So instead of locking the camera, I'm going to click create a bookmark So whenever you want that render view or render angle, you just click the bookmark, you'll be taken to the render angle. So whichever angle my camera is now, I'm going to bookmark that. So go to view, bookmark, and edit bookmarks. Now I would like to type a name here, which is final underscore render. That's the name I'm giving for my render view. Okay. And the moment I click the description, you could see that the final render name appeared here. And the description is rendering rendered approved by team lead. Okay. So this is something like my team lead said, Dinesh, I'm okay with this view. You can log this. So I would like to go this. Now, before I apply, there is an option called add to shelf. So it's something like I can add this to my shelf. So I already have LR1. Let me go here. And on the top, you can see your shelf, right? You can see your motion graphics, mesh. There are many things there, your modeling, rigging, everything is there. Now go to the left, you have a tooth wheel. Please to click. And from the drop-down list, pick new shelf. So I repeat again, click the top, click the tooth wheel, and choose new shelf. With that, now it asks you what's the new shelf you would like to create. Because I'm going to create a new shelf here. So I'm going to create a new shelf called LR2. Okay, great. Now you can get a LR2 menu, I mean LR2 shelf, which is free. It's completely empty. Okay, now with this shelf empty, I just go here. Okay, now I'm going to click add to shelf. The moment when I click add to shelf button in my bookmark, this option, whatever you've done, will be converted into an icon and it would be enlisted in the shelf. So please to go here and kindly click the button add to shelf. Great. Now go here and check. Ta-da, you got an icon there. It's just a Maya embedded file, MEL language, Maya embedded language. So it is M in icon. Once it's done, just hit close. Now what is it? Now why do we do this? What is special in this? See, let me just move away from there, or I just position my camera into something different. Okay. Now what I do is, just when I'm going to click this icon, then I'll be taken to the angle where it was when I bookmarked. So now look at this. The moment when I click that, look at that, your camera is back. The perspective camera is back to this position. And if you'd like to create another one, it's again a simple one. Let's see. I'm going to create another angle. Maybe create another angle from this side of my scene. Okay. So this is another angle. Now I go to my view menu again and bookmarks. Final render is the previous one. Don't do that. Go to edit bookmarks. And let's name it as render view 2. And again, I'm going to click add to shelf. You got another icon there and hit close. That is done. Now, if you feel that, just put your mouse here. It would tell you a tooltip. It's final render. Now put your mouse here. It's render view 2. Okay, so these are things you'll get. Maybe if you would like to change the name of this shelf icon, you could do that. Anyway, let me show you now. What happens when I click this button? It's view 1. Okay, this is a render view 1, and this is view 2. Isn't it cool? So your camera is not locked actually. You can move the camera anytime. You can just use your alt left click and move the camera. Your camera is not locked. But by the time when you click this, you'll be taken there. Okay, great. So guys, this is how to create a bookmark. Now listen, I'm going to create light and put it. I'm going to create some light here. So first, let me go to my create menu. Under lights, I have a spotlight. Guys, the reason why I prefer spotlight is because I can easily light that area easily, because ambient light fills everywhere. Direction light, which emits light on the entire direction. If I put my light on left side or west side, it just light every object in the west side. The point light, it eliminates only a certain point. Spotlight is a good one, which it can easily light the interior of a scene. Okay, So I would prefer go with the area or spotlight to light any interior of my 3D assets. So this time I prefer to go with the spotlight. The moment I hit spotlight, it is created. How you could say it is created, sir? Because look at the right side of your channel box. It says spotlight 2, which means it's created already. But why we're not able to see it? It is there. Just press W. You could see that. Press W. Your viewport. Okay, just a minute. It's just taking some time. Let me just zoom out. Wait for a while. Yeah, that's the reason you should have a graphics card, man. If you have a good graphics card, you wouldn't be ended up like this. You look at me now. Yeah, here is my light. It's too small. It is too small. We couldn't see that. So we should scale this light first. So I press R. So I just directly scale the light first. Look at that. Okay, I did scale the light first. So press W, move the light a little up, and I would like to position it from the right, and the window light has to fall on the left. So press E. To this side. Now the moment when you position it to the right side, you can see in the render view the light is creating a big spotlight there. Okay. Anyway, let's have this render view so we can see exactly which part is rendering, how the light responds. Okay, now we created a spotlight which points on that direction, but still we don't see any differences here. We don't see any major differences because we have not even changed any attributes now. And with that light being selected, okay, the first thing we're going to do is increase intensity. Go to the attribute editor, ensure the light is selected, then go to attribute editor. Guys, have you understood till this section of class, or you want me to repeat anything, or am I too fast? Please give feedback. I'll fix it.
No, sir, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, now look at this. So here is we have a spotlight, but still we're unable to see an output there, right? Okay, let's find out what is the reason. So now let me go to the spotlight attributes. Okay, so the color is 1. The color is white. Intensity is 1. If I increase my intensity, then obviously I may get few light energy. But why, sir? Even though I increase to 5, I'm unable to see that. You guys know the answer to it because just put it back to intensity 1. The answer is you just, when you go down, you could see that. Under Arnold, just scroll down. There you can see Arnold and get inside Arnold. And I already mentioned that whenever you light, just go inside Arnold and disable the normalize option. Okay, so just disable your normalize option. It's done. And once you disable your normalize, increase your exposure, then increase your radius. Okay, so exposure is 0. Maybe I go with 10. And the radius is 0. Now, look at this. I just increase the radius. You see that now? Yeah, now, hope you guys could see that a spotlight shape. It is on the wall. It's a big round there. Maybe you can increase this to 20. Oh, God, that's too much light, right? Let me, because why it's too much light? Because the light is bleaching. Light is bleached everywhere. So reduce the intense radius from 20 to 10. Okay, that's quite fine. Okay, so this is what happens. And if you don't want this light to be that much focused, you can reduce the lens radius. Now look at the lens radius. When you increase, there will be few changes. Maybe not with 0. If you increase the lens radius to 10 or 20, you could see a difference. Anyway. You see that the lens radius, when I increase it's increasing, when decrease is decreased. Anyway, I don't want to work much with lens radius, so I just leave it as it is. Then the next option is there is a roundness. You could see there's a roundness here. The roundness is 1 by default. What is roundness? With the spotlight selected, you'll get a round shape by default. If you don't want it, just go to the roundness and reduce the value from 1 to 0. Okay. Now you could see a square shape, but the square shape is not visible. Why it is not visible, sir? Just go above. The cone angle is too much. The cone angle is 40, so we couldn't see it the cube properly. Maybe reduce it so you could see it now. Yeah. Look at it. I just reduced my cone angle, and you could see the light there. Okay. Now just go down, scroll down there. There you can find your roundness. When the roundness is 1, all you get is a round circle, whereas when the roundness is 0, you can get a square. Okay, that's a good option. So after this, now we have just created a window kind of effect. Okay, maybe we can increase the light a little bit. Maybe instead of exposure 10 or instead of intensity 1, I can turn the intensity to 2. That's still a little too much. Maybe 1.5 would be fine. Okay, I just turn the intensity from 1 to 1.5. And look at this. Okay, it's done. Now I would like to create a window like this. Look at the window window lighting we got here. We got 2 lights, and there is a black bar at the middle, which says that there is a shadow. So similarly, I want some light over here. We created the window. Now let's create a window kind of shape. So please go down, scroll down your spotlight, and there you could see light filters. Light filters. I repeat again. Just go above. This is spotlight attributes. Just scroll under Arnold. Again, scroll. There you can find your light filters. Okay, this is a light filter. I'm going to apply filters for this area. What filter will do? With filter, you can change the shape of the light. So go to light filter, and I would like to add something. Let's click here. There is an AI gobo. Okay, AI means Arnold. So for Arnold render, you have a gobo. Let's create a gobo filter. So please click gobo. And once you create a gobo filter, you won't see any changes there, but you could see AI gobo is already there. Okay, you can just, once you added it, it will appear here. Please double click the AI gobo. That will take you to the render settings or the properties of your AI gobo. Just double click that. Now, yeah, now I am in gobo. It's AI gobo 3. There you can find slide map. Okay, under gobo, you can find slide map. See, when the slide map is black, you won't get any. When the slide map is going towards white, you can get a few things there. Okay, great. Now, in this slide map, which is white in color, I don't want to give the color. I want to apply a map here. What is map? Next to a slide map, you can see a checker box. Click that. Okay, now it will open a new render node. Okay, I repeat again. Just select the slide map, and there is a color option. You can just black or color it. Okay, now next to it, you'll have a shader to connectivity. Let's click on this option. Now it will open a separate new shader. Okay, or node, we can call it as a node. There you can find ramp. Say it, just scroll down, you can see ramp or EMP. Look at the ramp, it is a blend of colors. It's a mix of 2 to 3 colors. So just let's click ramp. Now you could see here, the moment when we create the ramp is down here. Look at this, you got ramp. This is what ramp is all about. Okay, what is this ramp? It's like a gradient of your Photoshop. It's similar to that. So let's go to U. Okay, let's go to VRAMP. Just click this. You see that? The difference? This is the black one. When I move the black one, you could see the light is going from the down to bottom. Okay, similarly, you can just increase this one to light the entire scene. Okay. Now, instead of top to bottom, I want a window which is left to right. So go to type and switch from VRAMP to URAMP. Now, when you do this, you could see, yep, it's working. It's like a window from left to right. Okay, so that's what we have. Now I want to create a kind of a window effect where I want the middle one to be blacked out. Okay, then the rest of the 2 areas I want light. So white area is where you get light, and the black areas you won't get light at any chance. That's why it is black. So what to do next? Let me just create one. Let me just put one here. Okay, this is black. Now I just click here. I just click on the empty space here. I got another one, a new header. Now select the header. and increase your whiteness. Okay, I hope now you guys could see that. Okay, you could see window, but it is too blended. It's too blended. It is too blurred. You couldn't see the light properly. So I'm going to click again on this white area. I got a new one. Similarly, I'm going to click another one here. I got a new one. Okay, now go any further. I have only one black at the center. I want to give some width to the black. Let's click next to that. Yeah, you'll get another one, another header. Let me change this header's light to black. Okay, now this is cool. We got the light. But look at this area. This is blurred. I don't want this blurred there. That's why it's blurred there. What I do is I click on the white. I move it much closer. I put it above the black a little, up to an accepting level. Okay, now look at that. You got a sharp. Now similarly do here. Yeah, that when I try to move, all I could see is okay. Now look at that. So let me just save the scene file. Save scene 26/8/2021. Okay, good. So that's what we did. We just created a AI gobo, and in the AI gobo we created a ramp. Okay, and in the ramp we created a light effect like this. So you could see that. Okay, so that's a cool option. And the next thing is I would like to add some environment fog. If you wish, you can add some environment fog also. Okay, so that's it, guys. And if you want to just go back, just click on the light again. Just select the light, and there you could see the light. Okay, from the light filter we created AI gobo. Then we double clicked. Okay, then we created slide map, in which we loaded the ramp. So click here. You got the ramp, and from the ramp I created a U ramp, and I just created some 6 colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 6 colors I just positioned them as if to get a window structure. And if you want to light it too much, you can increase the intensity. Maybe I could just select this light, click outside again. I select the light, and we'll get the light intensity also. You can increase the light intensity too. Maybe I could just increase from 1 to 2. It'll be a little bleaching, but it's fine. Okay, fine. That's a cool option. And then another one is when you just scroll down from your spotlight. When you scroll down from your spotlight, there you could see diffuse. Just remember this option. So whenever a diffuse is full, which means the light is filled with the light. When the light energy is filled with, the scene is filled with the light energy. So that's what diffuse does. The diffuse is 100, then the light is diffused around the entire environment. Whereas if I just click the diffuse and turn it to 0, look at that. You can't get any light. But look at the specular. Yeah, specular is what you get from as a reflection from your metal material. So now even you got a specular. There is no light in the entire scene, but you got a specular. How? Because here I have given in the settings of Maya to emit only specular light, but not the diffuse light. So this is really cool option, because if you would like only a certain object in your scene, okay, then you can use a specular light to light that. Okay, please remember that. So you can just turn off the diffuseness so that the light energy won't be spread to every object in the scene. But you can turn on the specular, so the specular will be there for all the metal objects. Only for the metal objects you will be having specular. Anyway, I just now turn my diffuse also on. I just taught you how to do that. Okay, now diffuse is on. Now, the next thing we could do is we can just go to our render settings and turn the environment filter, and turn the environment. Just a minute. Just want it to be gone. Okay. Let's go to the render settings here. And under render settings, just scroll down. You can find under Arnold render, under ray depth. Okay, advanced environment. Yeah, under Arnold render. Okay, under render settings, I repeat again. Under Arnold renderer, scroll down, you can find an environment. So here, I would like to go to the atmosphere option. Okay, under atmosphere, click on this checker box. You can get create a atmospheric volume, a fog, a standard value. Let me go with a atmospheric volume. So now a atmospheric volume is created. Just click this to view the settings of atmospheric volume. Yeah, look at this now. Density is 0. Density is 0. What if I press 0. Just 0.1? It's too much. 0.01. Still the fog is too much. Okay, maybe 0.001. See that now? That's what's happening. Now you can see that light beams there. And instead of 0.0, you can press 0.5. That's again too much. So maybe 0.01 or maybe 0.0009 or 1. Now you can see when you apply this environment setting, which light is having a filter. So whichever light is having a filter, whereas for this light, we applied a gobo lighting. The filter was there, so it is showing this. Maybe I could just select this one and look at that. How you guys see now? How is it working? Yeah, this is what you can get a beam. First, look at this one. Yeah, look at this one. There's not much gobo lighting there. There's not much fog there. Okay, this is because only if you have a filter, you can get this. So I have applied a gobo filter, so my system has access to it. So it works. Okay, I hope you understood now. Then after this, I want you to render the scene. So I hope everything is done. Now I want you guys to render the scene. Maybe I just go to this viewport. Let me find out what's happening in this viewport. Okay, look at that. This is how this viewport is made of. Maybe I could just, I think I had to go with my new viewports. Okay, now I switch to my perspective shape. Okay, because this fog shows about the source of light. So that window gets its light energy from this direction. Okay, that's what it says. And if you want to just move the light direction, maybe you can just press W and you just move it. I just position it to a good angle so I can get a good light energy. Okay, and with that with that done, you can just increase your light and intensity. Then you can do a render. And also remember something: whenever you render, please to select the light. Okay, and go down there. You can find your maximum sample. Come down. We have a volume sample of 2. Where sample? Yeah, look here. Look under Arnold section that you can find samples. So when you increase, you have to increase the samples from 1 to 5. Okay. Then click this light, the main key light. Then increase the samples from 1 to 5. Then select the fill light, which is an area light. Increase the samples from 0.5 to something else. Okay. Not that. Maybe Arnold. Yeah, samples over here. So for each light, you have to increase the sample. Only then it will be visible. Okay, guys. I hope you understood. So maybe let me just go to my render view here and render my scene. Okay, this is all you could get. And if you really want to blur this out, if you really want to blur this the light, then all you could do is you can go back to your light. You go back to your light because it's a ramp, right? So let's go to filter, gobo, and there you can find slide map. Go inside, and there you could see that. Look at this. This is too sharp at the center. Maybe if you just move it a little outside, you can get a little slower. Okay, a little sweet you could get the center part. Then again, for the edges you can't control here. For the edges, we have to go to the spotlight attributes. So select your spotlight. Then in the spotlight, there you can find penumbra angle. Okay, it's a spotlight, and just scroll down. We have a cone angle. We see that. Now penumbra angle is the one which we just soften the edges of your spotlight. So let's increase to the penumbra angle a little bit. Now you could see the edges are also blurred. Okay, so that's what you could get from this. Okay. Fine, guys. Now please do work on this and practice and get this work done. Okay. So now we just added one light and we used it as a fake light for window lighting. Okay, and after it is done, turn on your textures and you could work. Select my fill light here, which we already created and kept it at the back. So look at the fill light. So from the fill light, the intensity is 0.5. I could increase it a little bit, maybe 0.9 or something. Okay, and for the fill light, I can increase the exposure a little more, not too much. Okay, I increased it, and similarly, you can increase the intensity of the key light, which is already 5. So I don't think it is needed. Okay. And if you don't want this fog too much, you can reduce this fog. You can go to your where is that? Render setting and environment fog, the atmospheric volume, and there you could see a density, okay, which is 0.001, maybe 0.0005. You could just work out with that and add a little color to it, maybe a little glow for the morning effect. Okay, look at the color now. You could use that. And like I said, go to the select all the lights, increase the samples, and render the same. Okay, once you increase the sample, you don't see the noise here. Okay, you won't see the noise. So just do the render, like as I asked in your for your assignment. So you guys could do it. Okay, I think that's all regarding today the class. And if you have any question, I'll be happy to answer. If not, we can just leave.